Sorry, my eyes are just waking up. Amit Nandi, how you doing, man? Ah, from India also. Then you probably know. Beautiful song. Beautiful song. I still want to learn Nili Nili Amber Par, but yeah, that one's taking a bit longer. Beautiful song as well. Just oh. Yeah. It's a beautiful song, but yeah, it is a bit faster and a bit more. Yeah, it's a bit more challenging than Ekasinati. Fossils, Bengali rock. I keep hearing a lot of cool stuff about Bengal, but where's Bloody Wood from? Like, where is Bloody Wood from? Is it also from Bengal? But I couldn't unlock my piano. Turns out the keys were on the inside. Fricks, okay. Oh man. Oh, you're ready to be a father, dude. You're ready to be a father. What's up, Suki? Any Dream Theater? Oh boy. Let me do this. Let me go to Dropsy. Song so much. Bloody was from Punjab. Okay, yeah. I still need to learn the regions and everything. Like, seen the silver sky. What? The silver prices are blowing up. Yeah, dude, the silver and gold and everything. It's a tale as old as time, where in any sort of global political instability, everyone gravitates towards gold or silver because that is universally accepted as placeholders of value, finite placeholders of value. Problem with fiat currency is you can just print it and print it and print it, and sure, it should be backed by gold, but I don't know if there's enough gold for $36 trillion worth of debt. So yeah, no, I think it's a natural fluctuation for that to take place, and yeah, it's just yeah, global stuff is a little bit crazy at the moment. What's up, Mark? How's it going? Yeah, no, 100%, dude. Like, definitely, it's a great investment. So, nah, very wise. Yeah, this low string stuff is really challenging for me. Yeah, shred is not dead. I don't think it'll ever die. Like people that say shred is like overrated or something like that usually are people that can't do it. You should be able to do both. Like you should have the ability to shred, but the discipline to know when to shred. So that I think that makes a complete musician. You don't wanna just dunk it and be like, oh, David Gilmour can say more with one note, and Steve Vai can say with 1,000. Okay, cope harder, please cope, please keep coping. Oh man. Cornflakes. Yeah. Oh man. I suppose it's evening now in Texas. I believe in Austin, Texas. Are you in Austin, Texas or Houston, Texas? I can't remember. One of those. I know it was a one word. What's the capital? Like I can't remember what the capital is of Texas. In H-Town, 11 p.m. Sick. What's up, chicken? What's it makes an amp have good sound quality? Oof. That's a difficult one because it's so subjective, but it's really difficult because you can point to a bunch of factors and everything, and it won't necessarily be the determining factors of a good or bad tone. I think that's very difficult. Like because I think the sound quality is, there's nothing wrong with the sound quality per se with almost any amp. It's just the tone that it produces, and the tone is such a subjective thing. I think the main quality thing will be the noise threshold. I think that's probably the only thing. Like so, but you can also mitigate that with a noise gate. But if you push the gain quite a bit, and then there's just like this hiss, then okay, maybe the quality of the amp isn't the greatest. But again, it's there's so many variables, and it's more a preference of tonality than quality. But yeah, black metal and hard rock, PV, Vampire, X2 totally rips. Oh, sick! Yeah, and the PV stuff is really fantastic. The PV stuff, the Marshall stuff. You also get the Fender stuff. But yeah, it's pretty much there's two amps. There's a Fender amp and a Marshall amp. The British sound and the American sound. And yeah, there's variations. I think the best thing to do would be to find a band whose tone you like, and then do some research about what equipment are they using, because that'll give you, I guess, the general idea of what you should be striving for. But I don't think it's as clear cut as quality, because sound fidelity is almost perfected now, in digital and in amp form, physical form, hardware form. But the tone that is produced by the unit is something totally subjective. Yeah, there is a general consensus, I guess, about what is a good tone and what is a bad tone. But then when you get into different genres, there is so much dispute about it. So it's a very contentious question. Jimmy Merritt, what's up, man? Talked a few weeks ago. Still practicing after moving away for 13 years. Oh my word! Damn, still trying to get better. Absolutely, dude. You can. Luckily, some of the stuff is like riding a bicycle, so you don't have to relearn everything. There are certain things you kind of have to dust off. Like if a train track has been abandoned for 13 years, there will be a little bit of rust. There will be some vegetation that is grown over the tracks, but the tracks are still there. So it's going to take some time just to clean everything up a little bit, but the tracks are still there. Don't worry. But yeah, I think just identify a song you want to learn, and then deep dive, like go freaking insane into it, and then figure out, okay, what are the limitations? Why am I struggling with something? For instance, what I'm doing now is the Kissing in the Shadows riff, though. My problem is my right hand. I'm not changing angles smooth enough, and like especially the my string changes are not as solid, so I need to improve on that. Yeah, I think the best way to strengthen fingers, especially the pinky. I find myself pulling my fingers off the fretboard too far. Intermediate, I think. I think like what you can do for strength, it might not be strength being the problem. It might be just blank technique. Like, for instance, with your pinky, what you don't want to do is have this bone. Let's say I'm playing a note on the G string 9th fret. What you don't want to do is press this bone against the neck of the guitar, because then what's going to happen is, let me see if I can do this. The direction that you're going to be pushing is like this. Going to be going across your palm instead of towards your palm. Like if you make a fist, your fingers have a lot of strength inherently. You have a lot of grip strength. So you can actually just drop your thumb a little bit and then press like that instead of trying to press like that. Because what that's going to do is you're already putting your fingers in a very tense position, and then when you disengage one of the fingers, then you're going to have this massive fly off because your fingers want to return to equilibrium, which is that. Equilibrium is just the natural state. Like imagine you were asleep, what position would your hand be in? Your hand would never be in this position. Definitely not this position. So your hand will return naturally to as if you were asleep. So it's pretty much like this. Same with your right hand. Your right hand will also be just in a state of equilibrium like this. So when I pick, I try to keep my hand as close to this natural state. I just turn that like that. So if you look at my picking hand, it's very close to a resting state. And then I only tense my thumb and my index finger for my picking. The rest are all relaxed. With the left hand, same thing applies. I only tense a finger once it has to play a note. And then once I've played another note, I relax the tension in my other finger. I don't have to do this because that is really, really painful. So drop your wrist a little bit and then try have your finger motions be towards the palm instead of above the wrist, if that makes any sense. Thanks, man. Like there's so many little details that can just contribute towards improvement. What do you feel about the Lava AI Smart Amp? I haven't heard about it, but yeah, I wonder how much we should surrender to AI when it comes to certain creative elements. It's a great enhancement, but I really wonder how much we are being robbed of when it comes to sort of any AI endeavor in the realms of creativity. It's a very contentious topic, but it should, for all intents and purposes, remain a tool under our authority. It's very, very much a problem if you are what's the word? Not under the influence, but if you are led by the AI tool, because it is a tool. Like in real life, if I want to hammer a nail into a piece of wood, like I'm not gonna look at the hammer and be like, all right, you need to help me now, bro. Like you need to help me, all right? So I want you to do it. I want you to hammer this nail into there and be nice. No, that the hammer is just a means to an end. It isn't the master. So that is a bit of a thing. Watch that Sting video I sent you? I have not, unfortunately, man. I'm sorry. I'll have a look at that today. But yeah, the whole finger picking thing, scary for me, dude. Scary. That I also need to learn. Ugh. still in drop D. Back to standard. Are you getting familiar with the notes? Thanks to all the songs I've been practicing. There we go. Yeah. Thing is that is the best way to learn. Like you're gonna be becoming familiar. You're gonna start noticing all these patterns. There are certain tendencies that each artist or musician will gravitate towards, and becoming familiar with those tendencies is the best way to learn, because then what happens is you become predictive. You're able to assume what the artist is going to do next without having to hear it. You can sort of fill in the blanks. You can hear maybe your first few notes, and you can make various creative assumptions, which will make it so much faster for you to actually learn a song. A lot of the things that I learn like this. That's like, I know, okay, so it's just part of the end of the scale, so it's just a descending pattern. I don't have to look like, okay, so. No. There we go. Like, you'll really start seeing what people tend to gravitate towards. So the more songs you learn, the better. The faster it's going to become to learn any other song. It's kind of like learning or reading. It's like reading a bunch of books. You become a lot better at the language. You become a lot better in understanding certain metaphors and allegories and analogies and everything. Everything just opens up the more you read. So it's very, very useful. So yeah, same applies to music. Because the sound of each note is getting more and more familiar to me. To the point where I think I'll be able to play without tabs. That's very, very good. That's where you want to get to. Tabs are still useful. I still use tabs as a starting point, but I have the ability to hear a chord progression or a melody or something, and I'll be able to figure it out on the spot, just because I've learned so many things. I've read so many books. So it's like it becomes a lot easier and a lot faster. So it's a very, very good skill to be working on. And classic rock is absolutely the best place to start with it. Oh my word, like all these all that stuff is so useful, because it is on the pentatonics, and you'll hear these things are like everywhere in shred. So you'll notice it's just descending patterns. This is just the pentatonic. And it's just a sequence. So of it's a 2-note sequence. So each time you just descend the pentatonic scale, but you sort of stitch everything. So it's like outer, inner, outer, inner. It's like a loop that you do like this. So you, and then you go back one. So you'll see this in many songs, like you'll see it in scales as well. Sorry. That stuff. And then you have a 3-note sequence where it's And there's so many variations. Eric Johnson uses a 5-note sequence where he goes like that whole thing. You really start learning all these patterns and tendencies, and everything just becomes a lot easier. It has a screen and YouTube, and it has many different tones from amps and heads and stuff like that. Backing tracks. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Huh. I'll definitely check it out. Sick. Like before, if I'm playing something wrong, I have to look at tabs. Now I can figure it out myself because I have so much more knowledge. There we go. That's very, very good. And you play classic rock on acoustics, even harder and better. Yeah. Very, very good. Also, your bridge muting method for every breath you take. I didn't know how to do that before. Sounds great. Oh, I'm freaking happy. So yeah, that's very, very useful. You call it palm muting. So you literally just take the edge of your palm. So like not here, not here, because then what you have to do is you have to sort of arch like that. It's more the inner side of the palm. So like there, the inner side of the palm. So one thing also, you're not going to be palm muting with the bone of your hand, and you're not going to be palm muting with the bone of your pinky finger, like a frick. Let me see, like this. You're not really going to be palm muting there or there. It is pretty much on this rounded fat part of your hand where the palm muting will be taking place. Obviously on the inside, not on the side there, but like on the inside, so that your hand can still be naturally like this. Yeah, the inner side, very, very important, because if you're gonna use the outer side, the thing is, everyone describes it palm muting like this because it makes sense to describe it like that, but it's more on the inner side. Like otherwise, if I had to palm mute on the outer side, it's freaking impossible. So you do want to rest your hand like that. So you just obviously you don't want to go too far to the side, and you don't want to go too far to the back. So generally, where the saddle of the bridge ends and the string begins, that's pretty much where you're going to palm mute, where like this part of your flesh is going to be touching. And you can see there'll be a difference. Right now the pitch is fine. If I move it, you see the pitch goes higher, and the sustain and the string and the note dies down, because you are applying too much resistance to the string, so it cannot oscillate, and as a result the note dies down very quickly. If I go to here, it rings for quite a while. Obviously, if you don't interfere with the oscillation of the string, it'll ring for very long, but this interference, this acceptable interference, makes a massive difference. But again, it's not this. Shouldn't mute too hard. Yeah, you don't want to press too hard, because this is what's going to happen. The note is going to go sharp, and the vibration is going to get cancelled out quite quickly. So if I go, versus, also it's gonna cause tension on your hand. You don't actually want to push. you literally just place your hand there. You don't really push at all. You just place your hand there. That's pretty much it. Like if I had to mute with my index finger, it's difficult to. Still technically palm muting. It's obviously not as nice as the actual palm, but okay. Rested like a heavy harmonic. What do you mean? Like a heavy harmonic. A heavy harmonic. Or maybe a like just naturally as you're placing your hand there. I think a very important thing to get used to is having 2 contact points on the guitar body with your picking hand. First one is the most obvious one. You want to have at least touching the body, because your arm is heavy, and if you're going to be floating your arm, what's going to happen is your posterior deltoid is going to be tensed the whole time, and it's going to affect everything that you do. So you can rest your forearm on the body of the guitar and then do what you need to do. And the next contact point, if you're not strumming, you would want to put your this bone, generally like on the bridge, or at least in a certain place. Yeah, like on the bridge. And then you need to palm mute. Just because the less degree of freedom that you give your hand when you're just picking, the better, because otherwise your brain has to calculate specific trajectories and timing within a very wide range. But the smaller degree of freedom that you give your brain, the less calculations it has to do. So very useful. Have you ever played the guitar slide? Bad Obsession by Guns N' Roses song. Dude, like I suck at slide guitar, and I would love to be able to do it. Like I think if I could play like Derek Trucks, then I'll know I'm sorted. That's so freaking cool and so expressive, but I really need to get better at it. Yeah. Almost let me see. Almost hover your fingers over the string to get harmonics to ring out. Yeah, like. Like that sort of thing, yeah. When it comes to natural harmonics and stuff, it's very much as a light touch. And that's pretty much the same touch. You're very right, Mr. Warlock. You gotta use open E harmonic minor scale, sounds pretty spooky. Very, very fun. And open tuning to do slide. Yeah, I need open tuning. I need a lot higher tension strings and higher action if I want to do that. So I'll need to get a slide guitar if I want to do it. Oh man. Freebird intro, Leonard Skinner is also part of the slide. Yeah. So also Rocket Queen. Some parts are played with a slide. So I'm going to need that if I want to do it properly. But yeah, no, I need to get to work. So thank you all for joining. It's really, really fun practicing with you all. And yeah, you must have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Cheers.